Title: Thunder's Shadow. Location: Cedar Falls, Ohio, USA. The night the storm came, everything in Cedar Falls changed. People would remember that thunder, not just for its sound, but for what followed. They called it Irma's Rage, a violent lightning storm that swept through the small Ohio town like a warning. The large wooden doors at the front of the building, usually bolted shut by 6 p.m., were wide open. Rain blew in across the tiled lobby. I stepped closer, my shoes squeaking on the wet floor. And then, a flash of lightning illuminated the courtyard outside. I saw a figure. It stood beneath the old oak tree, tall, still, almost blending into the shadows. I blinked, and it was gone. No movement. No footsteps. Just gone. I stood frozen. Was it my eyes? A shadow? The storm? Then came the whisper. It wasn't loud, but it cut through the rain. I couldn't place where it came from, behind me, beside me. It said one word. Logan, asterisk. My blood ran cold. The lights flickered back on, only dimly. I bolted the doors, locked the inner office, and called my colleague Jill to tell her something wasn't right. No answer. Alone, I scanned the security cameras from the office terminal. Most were down due to the power outage. Only the basement camera was working, and that's when I saw it. A dark smear appeared on the basement wall, like a dripping handprint. No one had gone down there since me. I leaned closer. The image flickered. A shape moved in the frame, crawling. No, slithering. Whatever it wasn't human. I hit the record button. The screen went black, and then the whisper returned, not from the hallway, but from the phone beside me. Static buzzed, and again came my name. Logan. The phone slipped from my hand and hit the floor. I didn't pick it up. The whisper, my name, spoken like a breath behind my ear, still echoed in my head. I stared at the blank monitor screen, heart pounding. Outside, the storm raged louder. The building groaned as if something massive leaned against it. I forced myself to stand. I had to leave. Something was terribly wrong. But as I turned to the exit, I saw it. On the glass pane of the main door, in the condensation from the storm, were fresh fingerprints, 5 long smears as if someone had pressed their hand from the outside, and dragged it down slowly. No one was supposed to be out there. I took a shaky breath and walked toward the door with my flashlight, but a loud boom of thunder shook the building. The lights surged and blinked out again. Everything plunged into darkness. And then, footsteps upstairs. Slow. Heavy. As if boots soaked in water trudged across the wooden floor above. But the archives had been locked since 6 p.m. No one should be there. No one had keys but me and Jill. I reached for my phone, but it was still on the floor, the screen cracked and dead. Then the footsteps stopped. I froze in place. I didn't even breathe. From above me, a dragging sound started. Like something heavy scraped across the floor. And then, something hit the ground. Hard. I took the side staircase up to the main floor, flashlight trembling in my hand. The main hallway was empty. But the door to room 6B, an unused record room, was slightly ajar. Room 6B, that was strange. That room hadn't been opened in years. It was sealed after a small fire in the 90s that killed a security. I stared at the phone. Jill's voice had just confirmed my worst fear. You knew. I whispered. A pause. Then she spoke again, slower. I didn't want to believe it was back. But when the thunderstorm rolled in tonight, I felt it. Just like 12 years ago. 12 years ago. What happened back then? I asked, heart racing. She sighed. A janitor, Tom Rayner, went missing during a storm exactly like this one. The security cameras showed him walking into room 6B, but he never came out. No one ever found him. My throat went dry. And you think that thing is him? No. I think it took him. A loud thud echoed from upstairs again. The floor creaked. Something was walking, searching. You need to get out, Jill said, her voice sharp now. Leave the building. I didn't need to be told twice. Grabbing my cracked phone and flashlight, I ran down the back hallway toward the emergency exit. The storm outside had grown louder. Lightning flashed, then a split-second delay before the thunder exploded. I pushed the exit door. It didn't budge. It was jammed. Another flash of lightning lit up the hallway, and in that split second, a silhouette appeared in the reflection of the glass. Behind me. I spun around, nothing. But then. A whisper, clearer than ever, "You belong to the storm now." I bolted toward the main stairs. My only option was to try the front doors. As I passed the lobby again, the power flickered back. For a moment, everything was blindingly bright. And in that brightness, it was standing in the hallway. That figure. Soaked. Pale. Its eyes like fogged-over glass. It didn't move. Just watched me. Moral of the story *. Sometimes the past doesn't stay buried. Sometimes, it just needs to be heard.